Alright, well, doctor, day two kind of failed a little bit. Not completely, though. And the point of water fasting or a clear liquid diet is that you don't eat anything so that your body will produce the growth hormone to, you know, stop muscle, you know, wasting and start burning fat. This is the same thing with a ketonic diet where you eat low carb, right? I didn't completely screw it up. I just ate no carbs. I ate a small meal, no carbs. So I'm going to try again to moderate myself and not do this again for a little bit. See if I can convince myself that as I do this regularly, eating less will bear fruit. Maybe it's better for me to learn moderation instead of just all out, right? It's not all or none, it's some, right? Truth is you don't lose weight unless you eat less. It's just how it works. And your body's metabolism slows down, so you have to keep that going, you have to eat a little less than that. It has to be less than your metabolism, right? Or your metabolism has to be burning more than your input, right? It just doesn't work any different. Although on a low carb diet, on a ketogenic diet, you do burn about 500 more calories than normally. Just eating those higher fats. When you're in ketosis, your body just starts craving the fats, right? To keep that up, you need to provide it with the fuel. So otherwise you're in this middling ground where it like prefers protein and eating away at your muscles over the fat. So you have to be careful with that. But anyways, I failed. Story of my life. Gosh. How depressing is that? It's hard. I mean, I went 48 hours without eating food. I guess that's a feat. But I've done better in the past. Last time I did this, I made it to 17 days, but I wasn't 100%. Every 7 days or so, I had like a no carb snack, just to keep it going. When I made it 17 days, I remember at the end, like, man, today was hard. Last night even, I was starting to crave like salad dressing of all things. I don't know, something about ranch sounded great. Gosh, sounds disgusting. At the end of the last one I did last year, though, it was seafood gumbo. I remember getting, I remember getting everything for it. And I made it low carb. It actually, I stayed in ketosis. I measured my ketones. I stayed in ketosis for a few days, which was cool. Till I broke it. And then everything went downhill as normally in my life. Just peaks and valleys every day. That's the sign of a true addict, right? Yeah, mostly valleys though, right? Oh, those peaks get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. But I'm drinking broth right now, my clear liquids, so I'm gonna keep going. See if I can do the best that I can. Honestly, I hate stories that are online that are just like perfect and everything went perfect and smoothly, because life isn't like that. Dieting's not like that. Eating in moderation is not like that. Everything doesn't go perfectly smooth. So one day at a time, make the changes, keep myself accountable, and hopefully moderation can be my new thing. Can be a healthy way of life where I don't compulsively eat everything I see that's available for me. I think part of that was because I don't really have a lot of money too, so it's like I don't want to waste anything. Any chance I could get a free meal, right? Gosh, I'm like probably from living homeless for that year, not having any food. I don't know. I've always struggled with it. Always feel like there's famine mode, right? Where there's not enough around to eat, and they're truth is there's plenty. And it's okay to say no to other people and to yourself. Most importantly, yourself. But, you don't want to, I don't know. You don't want to offend people when you've got what I've got. You're a yes person. You say yes to everything. You change your personality even to fit the needs of, I can't remember what it's called. Something about conditioning, right? You like condition yourself to match the mood or whatever's socially acceptable at the time. And you can learn how to do it pretty quick. I mean, with food, if somebody offers you food, you don't want to say no, right? Because nobody's ever offered you food in your life, right? Nobody's ever offered you anything. You were always picked last. I was picked last in dodgeball, football. Every sport I played, I was the last one picked. I was totally that guy. That happened like 3 or 4 times in my life. So when somebody offers you food and it's free, you're just like, yes, thank you for choosing me for the team, right? Gosh. How screwed up are we? It's funny, and then speaking of dodgeball, there were times that I was picked like second, and you knew it was just a mercy pick, and that made you feel all the worse. You're like, wow, they feel bad for me, so they picked me. Problem is that can become a problem where you just make people feel bad for you, and guess what? That's the attention that you want. I mean, part of me thinks that being on this blog is, doing this blog is like a cry for help. I'm looking for negative attention or any kind of attention. I don't know. That might be true. Which makes me even more pathetic as I say that out loud. But what can you do, right? Gotta survive. You gotta take care of your family. And I gotta do everything that I can to keep my head on straight. As straight as I can. Not give in to every impulse that I have. The millions of impulses I have a day. And my threshold for doing crap is so low. I just will do anything and everything. And at the same time, I don't want to do anything or everything. So most of the time, I want to do nothing. That's what we have to battle with every day. Ugh. I'm mad that I didn't pull through the second day. It's hard. It's so hard. If you've ever gone without food, it's hard. It's hard to get it past day 3. You start obsessing about food. You're not even that hungry. Like, I wasn't even that hungry. I just felt the drop in my blood sugar, kind of the weakness. I was running out of, like, glycogen stores. It's not a good feeling. Ugh. Try again, right, guys? Okay. Another subject.